Hello, I'm DelusionDispeller. I'm going to do this series of videos on a movie reaction video to The Social Network. Now, the gentleman that is the character on this social network movie apparently either has Asperger's, however you say it, or Aspbergers syndrome, or is narcissistic, or maybe both. I don't know. But I am covering it based on his narcissistic traits. So if you disagree with me and say, well, he's Asperger's, so don't diagnose him narcissistic. I'm not diagnosing anybody. I'm just talking about the traits that I see being displayed. So that if you see the narcissist that you're with doing the same thing, you'll know that those are narcissistic traits. Nothing more, nothing less. I recently have pulled off of social networks pretty much altogether because I believe too much information being shared is not a good thing. There are people watching, and I don't want to be targeted, basically. So the best thing I can do is kind of lay low and stay as private as possible. But the thing is, I will be on Facebook still posting videos, and I don't see that there's much harm in that. But I think social networking, people say too much, and there's people that know people that aren't the most savory type of characters that I really don't want to deal with, and I'm sure nobody does. So anyways, just be safe. If you do post online, be careful what you post. Don't give locations or anything like that, or any specifics where people can look you up or stuff like that. Anyway, back to what I'm doing. I'm going to be recording this in clips like I did that last one on Bright Eyes, and I'm going to be stopping periodically and giving my comments. So here we go. We're picking up on the movie where this character, I don't even know his name yet, I guess Mark, is talking with this girl. Hopefully there's not a bad glare on here. He's talking with this girl at a diner area and asking her some questions, and she's trying to get answers out of him and trying to have a conversation. Apparently he is her boyfriend at this point. So here we go. We're going to start where they're having this conversation. Just a second. Let me get it to where we're supposed to be here. I don't want to get too far ahead. Right there is good. Let me plug this in. Hang on a second. Sorry about that. Because you need to be able to hear it. So I'm going to plug in my speaker system. One moment. Is this even working is the question. Oh, hang on, guys. Hang on. I'll be right back. Sorry again. Just want to make sure you can hear everything okay and it'll make sense. Okay, well maybe it's not going to work for us, and that's okay. I'll try to ad-lib the words in there so you know what's going on, since it doesn't want to cooperate here. Alright. She's telling him he's obsessed with finals clubs. He's very competitive. Oh, hang on. She said he needs help. He needs to get medication because he's obsessed with finals clubs. And he has finals club OCD, is what she told him. I'm going to shut this shade a little bit so we can see if I can. Okay, I'm having all kinds of problems here technically. Or technologically, I guess you'd say. Alright, well anyways. Okay, continuing. So he corrects her and says final clubs, not finals clubs. That's the first narcissistic thing. Now, I'm not saying every time somebody corrects you, they're a narcissist. But narcissists are nitpicky, and they will correct every little thing you say because they feel that if you say something wrong, pronounce something the wrong way, it makes them look bad. I correct people on how they say things or spell things because it drives me nuts when it's not spelled right. But this guy is all about image, as you'll see.
there's a difference between being obsessed and being motivated.
Yes, there is.
And he said there's a difference between being obsessed and being motivated. And she says, yes, there is. In other words, you're the obsessed one, not the motivated one.
Well, you do. That was cryptic, so you do speak in code. I'm just saying I need to do something substantial in order to get the attention of the clubs.
Okay, now he's trying to defend his stand on wanting to be a bigwig in these clubs. He wants to do something amazing on the computer so that he can be with the elite, these exclusive clubs. And you know, narcissists want to be in there with the higher-ups.
Why?
Because they're exclusive and fun, and they lead to a better life.
Teddy Roosevelt didn't get elected president because he was a member of the Phoenix Club.
Okay. She just says Teddy Roosevelt did not get elected because he was a member of the Phoenix Club. He corrects her again.
Of the Porcellian, and yes, he did.
He was a member of the Porcellian. He corrected the type of club she named, and he told her, yes, he did get elected because he was a member of the club. So he's correcting her again.
Well, why don't you just concentrate on being the best you can be?
Now, she is being kind here to him. She's like, why don't you just concentrate on being the best you can be? Why don't you just be satisfied with who you are and stop trying to measure up to all these higher-up people? You don't tell a narcissist that and expect a good response. Here we go.
Did you really just say that?
He said, did you really just say that?
Kidding. Although just because someone's trite doesn't make it any less.
I want to try to be straightforward with you and tell you that I think you might want to be a little more supportive.
Okay, so now he is narcissistically injured. He says, I'm going to be straightforward with you. I think you might want to be a little more supportive. And now he's going to tell her why she needs to be supportive of him.
Get in, I will be taking you to the events and the gatherings, and you'll be meeting a lot of people you wouldn't normally get to meet.
Now he tells her, you know, if I get in, I'm going to be taking you to these events. You're going to meet a lot of people you would not normally get to meet because of me, basically, is what he's saying. So you need to, you know, tell me I'm doing a great job, sing my praises, because if it wasn't for me, you'd never see the light of day of these places I can get you into. That's kind of like the narcissist in my life saying, oh, well, I know people that can publish your poetry and get you into singing and, you know, the big businesses that you want to be part of. Frankly, most of those big businesses, those people that are in them, stars and such, are messed up. So I'm glad that the narcissist did not know somebody to get me into big businesses or make me famous. Because you hear all these stories about child stars and even current stars that are messed with and messed up. So yeah, no thank you. I'll keep doing what I'm doing. It's awesome. Here we go.
You would do that for me?
Okay, now she says, you would do that for me? In other words, you care about me that much that you'd get me in with people that are like people I would never get to meet? And he says, we're dating. He just like shrugs his shoulders. In other words, you're my object. I will wear you on my arm. Of course I'd do that so I can show you off to everybody there and I can look important. She catches on quick.
Okay. Well, I'm going to try and be straightforward with you and let you know that we're not.
She says, I want to be straightforward with you and let you know that we're not anymore. And he's like, what do you mean? She says, we're not dating anymore. I'm sorry. She sees right through him that all he wants is to basically have her to show off because she's the underling and he's the high and mighty one that's going to be her hero. And he wants to parade her around for everybody to see.
I'm not dating anymore. I'm sorry.
This is a joke.
No, it's not.
And his response is this a joke? Who answers like that? Somebody says, we're not dating anymore, and you say, is this a joke? No, that's not the way you answer a statement like that. You say something like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm so sorry, can we talk about this? No, he doesn't do that. He's like, is this a joke? You're breaking up with me? That's typical borderline narcissism garbage right there.
You're breaking up with me?
You are going to introduce me to people I wouldn't normally have the chance to meet.
Okay, before I go on to her comment, he's like, you're breaking up with me? In other words, it's like when the narcissist realizes the puppet isn't a puppet, it's a real person and has feelings. They're like, oh my gosh, why wouldn't you want to be seen with me? Why wouldn't you want to be, you know, part of everything I'm doing because I'm so wonderful? He's like, are you serious? Are you breaking up with me? Is this a joke? And she tells him, you just said that you'd get me in to places that I wouldn't otherwise get in without you. What is that supposed to mean? Like, how dare you, Mr. Rude?
What is that supposed to mean? Settle down. What is it supposed to mean?
He tells her, wait, settle down. Like she's a child. Wow. Now he tells her the reason we're able to sit here and drink right now is because you slept with the doorman. First of all, he objectifies the gentleman at the door as the doorman, accuses her of sleeping with him, and says that's the reason that they were even able to get into that bar or wherever they are. How really, dastardly rude and tactless and just yuck.
The reason we're able to sit here and drink right now is because you used to sleep with the door guy.
The door guy. His name is Bobby. I have not slept with the door guy. The door guy is a friend of mine, and he's a perfectly good class of people.
I love the way she rescues the doorman and says the doorman's name is Bobby and he's a perfectly good class of people. Because she saw that he was putting down somebody holding a door because he's serving the public. So that makes him like a lowlife to this Mark guy, this narcissistic idiot.
What part of Long Island are you from? Wimbledon?
Wait, is this real?
Yes.
Again, she says, I'm going back to my dorm. He says, wait, is this real? Okay, now that part could be Aspbergers, because they have no clue about social cues at all. But it just, the whole thing is just like, wow. Even if he does have Aspbergers, I would not want to date somebody like that acted like that, and then acted like so shocked that you didn't want to be with them. That's craziness.
Okay, then wait, I apologize, okay? I have to go.
Okay, now he says, then wait, I apologize, okay?
Erica?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I mean it.
Then he says, Erica? Pause. I'm sorry, I mean it. Like trying to sound sincere, and she knows that. So she says, I appreciate that, but I have to go study. She wants to get out of there.
Come on, you don't have to study, let's just...
And now he tells her she doesn't have to study, let's just talk. Like he can control her and make her stay.
Oh, I can't.
Why?
Because it is exhausting. Dating you is like dating a stairmaster.
All I meant is that you're not likely to... Currently. I wasn't making a comment on your parents, I was just saying that you go to BU. I was stating...
This is unreal. He's trying to save face here. Oh, I wasn't, putting you down. I wasn't meaning to insult you. I was just saying that currently you go to BU. I was just stating a fact. I wasn't saying that you were low life or lesser than me because you go to BU, which is her university, which apparently is not like a higher up university or whatever. He's like, I'm just stating a fact that you go to this place. I wasn't saying that, you were a bad person. He's trying to save face.
Fact, that's all. And if it seemed rude, then of course I apologize.
I have to go study.
You don't have to study.
Why do you keep saying I don't have to study?
And if it seemed rude, then I apologize. Okay. We're thinking, oh, well, that's nice. Now he says, and you don't have to go study. And she finally catches on. She's like, why do you keep saying I don't have to study? Like, who the H are you to tell me what I have to do or what I can or can't do? I mean, this, oh my gosh. Narcissists irritate the bejeebers out of me. I don't have a better word for it that's appropriate.
You go to BU.
Now she's like, why do you say I don't have to study? He says, cause you go to BU. So he just switched it around. First he says, I'm not insulting you because you go to BU. Now she's saying, why do you say I don't have to study? And he says, because you go to BU. In other words, it's a low-life college. Why would you have to study for something so easy? Oh, just rude. Yuck.
Get some food?
I'm sorry, you're not sufficiently impressed with me.
And then he says, do you want to get some food? He changes the subject. Narcissists love to change the subject if they're confronted.
My education.
I'm sorry, I don't have a roommate, so we're even. I think we should just be friends. I don't want friends.
Now she says, I think we should just be friends. He says, I don't want friends. And she says, I was just being polite. She's just trying to say the right thing so she doesn't hurt his feelings, even though he's being a douche.
We're just being polite. I have no intention of being friends.
I'm under some pressure right now from my OS class.
Oh, now he's trying to make excuses. I'm under some pressure from my class. If we could just order food, I think we should. Who are you? You think we should? Nothing. There's no we. She just told you she's done. Move on. Leave her alone.
We just order some food. I think we should.
You are probably going to be a very successful computer person. You're going to go through life thinking that girls don't like you because you're a nerd.
I love this part. She goes to leave. He grabs her hand and tries to physically stop her. And she says, you're probably going to be a really successful computer person, but you're going to go through life thinking that people don't like you because you're a nerd. But I want to let you know, it's not that. It's because you're a beep. Yeah. Which I'll try to beep out. Okay, let's not record that part. I'll try to get past it super fast here. Now he's embarrassed, most likely, more than anything. Alright, Narc runs away, tail between his legs. Oh my gosh. Seriously, so we saw name dropping. I'll adjust my camera here. We saw name dropping, we saw entitlement, we saw him doing what they call kind of one-upmanship. I'm better than you, you're lesser than me. Power posturing, kind of. You know, if you come along with me, I'm going to get you into these places you wouldn't get in on your own. Entitlement, like feeling like, how can you break up with me? I'm like Mr. Wonderful. Everybody wants to be with me. We saw object constancy. No, you can't go. You don't have to study. Just stay here. Let's talk. That panicky thing where they feel like out of sight, out of mind. If she leaves, I'll never see her again. She'll disappear. She'll disintegrate. She'll never be on the earth again. So some of that could have been borderline traits. Well, if I did this, I'm sorry. I apologize. I really mean it. That's put on. It's not a real apology. She could see that. Hopefully you can see through that after watching all my videos. She wasn't impressed. She was done. And good on her. So you saw narcissistic injury where she said she broke up with him. You saw him do the whole panicky thing. Then you saw him do the backpedaling type thing. You know, I'm sorry if I said this. We just need to talk. If we could just this, can we order some food? Anything to not feel that pain of you're a jerk and what you said was really cutting and mean and I don't need to be with you and I don't deserve to be with you because I deserve something better. So anyways, that's the first part of the social network. I hope you're understanding where the narcissism comes into play there. I'm going to try to cut out some messy parts of this video where I was fumbling around with cords and whatever. You don't need to see all that. But anyway, if I can help you in any way, DelusionDispeller@gmail.com is my email address. I'm here for you. I haven't gone anywhere. Just trying to lay low and stay safe and secure and make sure that everything's on the up and up that I say and do, and that I'm being helpful. So leave me a comment, question, criticism. Just be kind. And yeah, I guess that's it. If you're in an unsafe or dangerous position, please tell a safe person get out if it's safe to do so. And as always, eyes wide open, moving forward.